Hello and welcome to the Writecome.com podcast, where we help you to make money from your words. Each episode will be sharing tips, tricks, and strategies you can use to make more money from your writing, publishing, and marketing to your fans and audience. Let's get started with your host, Barry J. McDonald.
Hi, this is Barry here, and you are very welcome to today's podcast episode from Writecome.com. And today's podcast episode is entitled, Being Crap is a Starting Place. Now, I don't know if you had tried to learn anything when you are younger. You probably were maybe forced to go to maybe some piano lessons, or maybe you went to some art lessons, or maybe you went to singing lessons or something like that. And you know, you probably went there once or twice, and then you came back after it and you're probably crying and telling your mother or your father or your brothers or sisters, whatever, saying, I am never going back there again because it's terrible. I can't play the piano. No matter how many times I tried, I can't get my fingers right on the keys, or I can't draw. No matter what she puts on the page, I can't copy it and I'm just totally useless at it. Or I can't sing at all. She wants me to hit these high notes and I just can't do it. And unfortunately, a lot of us give up straight away when we are faced with the realization that we are crap at something. But I want you to keep in mind today that being crap is a starting place and not a destination. It is where you are right now, and face up to it. If you are crap at something, put your hands up in the air and say, you know something, I am really crap at this. I could be really crap at maybe podcasting, or I could be really crap at writing right now, or I could be really crap on camera or doing Facebook Lives, but that is just where I am right now, and I just have to admit, I'm just terrible at it. And keep in mind that it is a starting place rather than a destination. If you done your very first Facebook Live today and it was awful, you were totally crap on it. If you did a Facebook Live tomorrow, that little bit of experience you have, no matter how small it could be, would make you in day two a completely different person than the person on day one. You would have taken a small step, and it might have been a tiny step, it might have even been a step that you can't even see unless maybe it was looked at under a microscope, but you have taken a small fraction of a step in the right direction. And I want you to keep that in mind today. If you are crap at anything, or if you are on the verge of giving up, stick with it, because there is a process you have to get through to get to being great. Now, I want you to picture a train journey, and we are starting off in our starting position, which is Craptown. Now, and not a great name for a town, but let's just keep this town name called Craptown just for the specific reason only. And you want to get to Great Town. Now, because this is a train journey, you can't fly there. There's no other way to get to this place other than by railway line. So when you're in Craptown, the first stop that you are going to come to is Terrible Town. And then after everybody gets on or gets off in Terrible Town, the next stop along the line is OK Town. And again too, we've got passengers getting on and getting off. And then the train moves on to the next station, which is Good Town. And then finally we end up in our destination of Great Town. And I want you to keep that in mind today, because whatever journey you are on right now is going to be the exact same as that train journey. You are going to start in Crap Town, then you are probably going to move to Terrible Town. Now, there may be a long journey between those two places. It may seem like you are travelling in your little train for weeks, maybe months, or maybe years in some case, to get from Crap Town to Terrible Town, but you will make that journey. And then when you do reach Terrible Town, you will move on to OK Town, and then, as I said, on to Good Town and on to Great Town. But that is a journey you are going to have to take if you feel that you are really bad, or even if you are maybe further along, maybe in other skills. Maybe you might be very good at doing podcasts, but maybe you're terrible at writing. Maybe you're great at video, but you're just terrible in writing. But you have journeys in all of those skills, or whatever part of business you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to learn, you will have to go through all those different levels. And unfortunately, a lot of us think that we can jump from Crap Town straight over to Great Town and feel that we can do that in one jump. But unfortunately, that is not the case. As I said, there is no shortcuts, there's no plane journeys, there's no way you can jump from one place over to the other. You are going to have to go through all those destinations on your route on the way to Great. And keep that in mind today. Yes, you may be crap, but keep this in mind. It is a starting place. It's not your destination. time. No matter how small a step you take today, no matter how terrible it seems you have been in your content or your writing or your videos, whatever, you have taken a tiny step in the direction of Greytown. But you're going to have to go through all those steps first before you keep to Greytown. And as I said, unfortunately, a lot of people drop out because they feel that they are never ever going to be great at anything, or they're never ever going to be good, or they're never going to be maybe okay at whatever skill that they are going to do. It just seems so far away. But unfortunately, you are going to have to persevere. You're going to have to show up again and again and again, but you will find that each step will bring you closer to your destination. So keep that in mind today. If you are crap, at least you know your starting place. And again, too, before I let you go, unfortunately, a lot of us are our own worst judges too. Maybe you are just being a little bit hard on yourself right now. Maybe you are listening to that little voice in your head that is telling you constantly, you're crap, you're terrible, that sounded awful. Just keep this in mind. Even though I have recorded 360 episodes of this podcast, I still get that little voice speaking in my ear saying, Barry, you're not getting any better. This podcast is still terrible. Nobody is going to listen to it. Why are you even wasting your time recording these episodes? Because you're just terrible at it. And for me to listen to that voice, I would probably just pack up things right now. I would walk away from this podcast and you would never hear another one tomorrow. But I know that voice is never going to give me compliments. It's never going to build me up. It's all the past, things that happened to me in my past, maybe put down by friends or put down by family or put down by teachers or whatever. Those are the voices that is speaking to me and tell me all those negative things. So keep that in mind also. It could be maybe if you are crap right now, maybe you are just being a little bit hard on yourself, or maybe you are listening to that small voice in your head that isn't giving you any compliments and that is trying to hold you down. So as always, if you'd like to reach out to me, if you'd like to maybe just contact me about any podcast episodes, if you learned anything from it, or if you would just like to reach out, you can certainly send an email to barryjmcdonald@gmail.com. Or if you'd like to know what I do over on the Rightcome site, which is help people get over these mental hurdles that they have in their head, if you go to Rightcome, that's WRITECOME.com, you'll find all the information on the free report and everything that I have over there. So as always, take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us today. If you'd like more from the Rightcome.com podcast, be sure to subscribe now for more tips, tricks, and ideas you can use to make more money from your words. See you in the next episode.